الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in this episode, we are going to speak about As-Samad, the independent, and Al-Waajid, the finder. First about As-Samad, which is mentioned in Surah Al-Ikhlas. Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu Samad. Say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is As-Samad, is the independent. Now let us take first linguistically what does Samad means. There is one meaning of Samada, which is to aim at, to go to a certain point. That is a Samad or Samada. In the story of a companion, that is Amr ibn Jamuh, his son is known as Muaz. In the battle of Badr, he says, and after the battle of Badr, he said that I was looking for Abu Jahl. And then he says in that story, فَصَمَتْتُ لَهُ, I aimed at him. I was going towards him. حَتَّى أَمْكَنَتْنِي مِنْهُ غِرَّةٌ, until at a time of forgetfulness from Abu Jahl, I was able to catch him. So this is the word As-Samad. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one to whom everybody aimed at to find out his needs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfills all their needs, and He does not need anybody. So that is the meaning, and we can say that As-Samad al-Mustaghni bi-dhatihi an jami' khalqihi. He is independent and He does not need any of His creature at all. And we can also say that He is free from any such characters which is not fitting for Him, which does not fit Him. And we can also say Al-Qa'im ala shu'uni ibadihi. He is the one who maintains all. There are, of course, other expressions as well. For example, some of the scholars said that As-Samad, this word is used for such a person who is a master among his people. And all the people, they come towards him, and nothing can be decided without him. So that is another meaning. If we can take it for a human being, that is As-Samad. Samad, again, they say just like a rock, that people at the time of fear, say, for example, there is a flood, so people are running towards that rock to take shelter. So As-Samad is the one to whom the people take shelter. Another expression which is given, As-Samad, who is not fed by anyone. He is the one who feeds them, but he is not fed by anyone. وَهُوَ يُطْعِمُ وَلَا يُطْعَمُ. He is the one who gives food, but he does not need food from anybody. Now let us take this ayah from Surah An-Nahl, which shows that the people in their need, they just turn back to Allah. وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ إِذَا مَسَّكُمُ الضُّرُّ فَإِلَيْهِ تَجْأَرُونَ. Whatever blessing you got is from Allah. And when a harm touches you, to Him you go for shelter. And there is a good description in Surah Yunus, which shows that how the people in the time of difficulties, they turn back to Allah. But when this difficulty is removed from them, once again they start forgetting Allah, associating partners unto Him. Now this ayah which says, هُوَ الَّذِي يُصَيِّرُكُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ حَتَّى إِذَا كُنْتُمْ فِي الْفُلْكِ وَجَرَيْنَ بِهِمْ بِرِيحٍ طَيِّبَةٍ وَفَرِحُوا بِهَا جاءتها ريح عاصف وجاءهم الموج من كل مكان وظنوا أنهم أحيط بهم دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين لئن أنجيتنا من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين. He is Allah who makes you travel in the land, in the sea. And once you are inside the boat and the boat is sailing with a favorable wind and people are rejoicing therein, they are very happy with that voyage. At once a stormy wind hits the boat, and then there were waves jumping upon the boat from each and every side, and the people, they came to know that they are going to be drowned. At that time, دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين, they stretches their heart, their hands, and they say to Allah, "O Allah, if you liberate us today, we would be among very thankful people to you, and we would be just invoking your name." And then what happens? فَلَمَّا أَنْجَاهُمْ إِذَا هُمْ يَبْغُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ إِنَّمَا بَغْيُكُمْ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِكُمْ مَتَاعَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا ثُمَّ إِلَيْنَا مَرْجِعُكُمْ فَنُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala liberates them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so generous that He listens to their prayers, He liberates them from that trouble. But once again, once they come to the land and they find themselves in peace and security, once again they start transgressing in the land. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to them, "O mankind, your transgression is against yourselves. The results would be against you. This is the enjoyment of few days of this worldly life. Then you are going to come back to us, and we are going to tell you whatever you have been doing." And it is said that this was the very same phenomenon which led Ikrimah, the son of Abu Jahl, to become Muslim. Because on the conquest of Makkah, when Prophet ﷺ conquered Makkah, he ran away. He took the first boat sailing towards Ethiopia or Abyssinia at that time. And the same thing which is mentioned in this ayah happened. The boat was sailing first with the favorable wind, and then it was stuck into a storm. And the people in the boat, they were all infidels. Those people who used to invoke so many idols. But at that time, when they were in worry, in trouble, all of them, they started saying, "Ya Allah, oh Allah, help us, oh Allah, help us." Ikrimah says that this is what our Prophet ﷺ is demanding from us. This is what he is saying, that just mention the name of Allah. Just call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all your suffering. So he said that if these Bedouin Arabs, who used to have so many idols, they are calling upon just one Allah, then this is fitrah, this is the nature. So when he came back, of course they were liberated from that storm. He came back straight away to the Prophet ﷺ to profess Islam. Now let us move to another attribute of Allah, which is Al-Waajid, that is the perceiver and the finder. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mawjood, He is existing. Al-Waajid, He is the one who finds, and who finds everything for others. Because one of the meaning of wajada, once we can say that wajada means to know, alima. And it also means something you got with yourself. For example, the ayah of Surah Al-Talaq, أَسْكِنُوهُنَّ مِنْ حَيْثُ سَكَنْتُم مِّن وُجْدِكُمْ. Let your wives stay according to your ability, where you live yourself. So the word wujdikum means things which you got with yourselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Waajid. He provides whatever we need for us. That is the meaning which we can understand here. There is an example of the non-believers when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that they will find their actions on the day of judgment, what is going to happen to them, just like what happens to a person who is traveling in the desert. he sees water in front of him. And when he comes there, it is no water at all. It is mirage. كَسَرَابٍ بِقِيعَةٍ يَحْسَبُهُ الظَّمَآنُ مَاءً حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَهُ لَمْ يَجِدْهُ شَيْئًا وَوَجَدَ اللَّهَ عِنْدَهُ فَوَفَّاهُ حِسَابًا وَاللَّهُ سَرِيعُ الْحِسَابِ. So when he comes to that place, he finds that it was just like a mirage. And then he finds Allah there. It means that on the day of judgment, he will find that his actions, which he thought are going to be rewarded, good actions, but because there was no iman, because there was shirk, because there was associating gods with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all these actions are rendered into null and void, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was there, who was there to punish them. So Al-Waajid, we can once again say that Al-Waajid is the one who provides us with all what we need. And then another word which is used with Al-Waajid, and that is Al-Majid or Al-Majid, which is coming from Majd, which is dignity and honor. And we said before, explaining the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Majid, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He got the dignity, He got the honor, and He is the one who can bestow that honor to the other people. So we can say Al-Waajid, Al-Majid, both together. He is the one who finds for us what we need, and He is the one who can give us nobility and the dignity. Human beings, they got this habit to expedite the matter. They don't have trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometime in the moments of distress, someone is calling, someone is saying few things even against his own soul, attracting the evil to come upon himself, upon his children. And that is what is mentioned in this ayah of Surah Al-Isra. وَيَدْعُ الْإِنسَانُ بِالشَّرِّ دُعَاءَهُ بِالْخَيْرِ وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. And the man sometime he prays for an evil. And he says, because he was so disappointed and so distressed, that he is asking for an evil. Sometimes the people, they ask for death. Sometimes they ask something bad for their own children when they become disobedient. This is what it means here, that sometimes the man calls for the evil. Du'a'ahu bil khair. In the same way, when they pray for something good, so they make the good and the evil just the same thing. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. And the man is always hasty. He is there to make haste with the things. But he should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Waajid. He should have complete trust in Him. Now, inshallah, we are going to the break now, and after the break we will speak about two more attributes of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Many people trying to get together, but all their efforts were in vain because of ignoring or turning away from this great foundation. We see many people coming to the way of truth, following the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but later on they get off track. What is the reason behind that? Unity is a result, it's not a cover-up. We have to be united from inside. And Allah made this clear in the Quran when He said, وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this session, the two more attributes of Allah, Al-Qaadir, the able, the capable, Al-Muqtadir, the dominant, the powerful. Now both these words are coming from the same root word, which is qadara, to have the ability, to have the power to do something. Al-Qaadir, Al-Muqtadir, they actually mean the same thing, but as we know that in Arabic language, if some letters are added, are increased in a word, the meaning becomes more intensive in that word. So we are going to discover it later, but first Al-Qaadir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who got the full power, the complete power upon everything He wants to do. Nothing can stop Him from doing what He wants to do, whenever He wants to do, wherever He wants to do. Nothing can stop Him. For example, if He wanted the last hour to happen now, He can do that. He is ala kulli shayin qadir. He is able upon everything. But if He does not do that, that is because of the wisdom behind each and every action of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He got His own sunnah and He follows that sunnah. So if He wanted to do, or if He wanted to bring the last hour, He will bring it the time He wants, not the time we want. This word Al-Qaadir is mentioned around 14 times in Al-Quran. Let us take few of these verses. For example, the verse of Surah Al-An'am. قُلْ هُوَ الْقَادِرُ عَلَىٰ أَن يَبْعَثَ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابًا مِّن فَوْقِكُمْ أَوْ مِن تَحْتِ أَرْجُلِكُمْ أَوْ يُلْبِسَكُمْ شِيَعًا وَيُذِيقَ بَعْضَكُمْ بَأْسَ بَعْضٍ. Say, He is able to send upon you عَذَابًا مِّن فَوْقِكُمْ, a calamity from above. أَوْ مِن تَحْتِ أَرْجُلِكُمْ, or from under your feet, something coming from the earth itself. أَوْ يُلْبِسَكُمْ شِيَعًا, or render you into factions and you start fighting each other. And then let some of you taste the power of some others. That is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we witness and we see with our own eyes all these things are happening. People, they are receiving the punishment from the heaven, from above them. All those hurricanes and cyclones and strong winds and water which is coming upon them, that is happening every day. It is happening nowadays as well in some part of the world. People are running for safety, evacuating their own towns and villages and houses. What is this? That is, again, this form of punishment which is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then sometime it is coming from under their feet, the earthquake. Even the sea water, when it flows upon them, because their places were a bit higher, but still the sea water has jumped upon them from under their feet. And then we also see that how people are fighting each other in different parts of the world because of their association with a certain faction which does not like the other faction. So they start fighting each other, killing each other. This is a part of the punishment of Allah. Now this word is used in that ayah as well, in ayah of Surah Yasin. أَوَلَيْسَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ بِقَادِرٍ عَلَىٰ أَن يَخْلُقَ مِثْلَهُمْ بَلَىٰ وَهُوَ الْخَلَّاقُ الْعَلِيمُ إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونُ فَسُبْحَانَ الَّذِي بِيَدِهِ مَلَكُوتُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. The one who has created the heaven and the earth, is He not able to create something similar to them on the day of judgment? Of course, He is. وَهُوَ الْخَلَّاقُ الْعَلِيمُ. He is the one who has created, who creates and who knows. If He wanted to bring anything into being, He just say, be, and it is there. So glorified is Allah, in whose hand is the kingdom of everything, and to Him you are going to return. And then this ayah of Surah Al-Mulk, the beginning ayah. تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي بِيَدِهِ الْمُلْكُ وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ الَّذِي خَلَقَ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ طِبَاقًا مَا تَرَى فِي خَلْقِ الرَّحْمَنِ مِنْ تَفَاوُتٍ فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. Blessed is Allah, in whose hand is the kingdom, and He is able upon everything, who created the deaths and the life, so that He tries you who is best among you in the action. وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ. And He is dominant, He is merciful, forgiving, who has created the 7 heavens, layer upon layer, tibaqa. You don't find any flaw in the creation of Ar-Rahman. Just return your gaze and see, is there any flaw there? And then return it once again. Your gaze will return back to you tired, but you will not see any flaw in the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now coming to the second attribute, which is Al-Muqtadir. That is mentioned, this word is mentioned in 4 places in Al-Quran. That parable of the worldly life, which is given in Surah Al-Kahf. وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا كَمَاءٍ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَاخْتَلَطَ بِهِ نَبَاتُ الْأَرْضِ فَأَصْبَحَ حَشِيمًا تَذْرُوهُ الرِّيَاحُ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا. And give them the parable of the worldly life, like the water coming from the heaven, and then it is mixed up with the vegetation in the land, and later it becomes dry, so dry that it is just like pieces which are flown by the wind. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able upon everything. And this attribute of Allah means how quick is this worldly life to pass, how near is the last end, and the ability of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to restore everything once again to its original position, which is going to happen on the Day of Judgment. The ayah of Surah Az-Zukhruf, فَإِمَّا نَذْحَبَنَّ بِكَ فَإِنَّا مِنْهُمْ مُنْتَقِمُونَ أَوْ نُرِيَنَّكَ الَّذِي وَعَدْنَاهُمْ فَإِنَّا عَلَيْهِمْ مُقْتَدِرُونَ. That is about the Prophet ﷺ, that if we have taken you, then we are going to take revenge from these people, from your enemies. Or we are going to show them what we have promised them. فَإِنَّا عَلَيْهِمْ مُقْتَدِرُونَ. We got full ability upon them. They can't escape us at all. This shows the anger of Allah. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes to take vengeance, then nobody can stop Him. And the third ayah, which is in Surah Al-Qamar, وَلَقَدْ جَاءَ آلَ فِرْعَوْنَ النُّذُرُ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا كُلَّهَا فَأَخَذْنَاهُمْ أَخْذَ عَزِيزٍ مُقْتَدِرٍ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا كُلِّهَا فَأَخَذْنَاهُمْ أَخْذَ عَزِيزٍ مُقْتَدِرٍ. The warning came to the people of Pharaoh, and they rejected our ayats. So we have taken them, the taking of Aziz, Allah who is Aziz, who is dominant, Muqtadir, who got full ability upon them. Because Pharaoh was boasting a lot and saying that he is the Supreme Lord. He got all the power. This is why it was quite appropriate here to say فَأَخَذْنَاهُمْ أَخْذَ عَزِيزٍ مُقْتَدِرٍ, that we have taken him the taking of Allah who is Aziz and who is Muqtadir. And the fourth ayah, which is also in the same surah, Surah Al-Qamar, in the end, إِنَّ الْمُتَّقِينَ فِي جَنَّاتٍ وَنَهَرٍ فِي مَقْعَدِ صِدْقٍ عِنْدَ مَلِيكٍ مُقْتَدِرٍ. Muttaqeen people, those people who are fearing Allah, they would be in gardens, they would be in the rivers, beside the rivers. فِي مَقْعَدِ صِدْقٍ, in a place of staying which is true, which is complete truth, with Allah, with a king who is Muqtadir, who got full strength and power. Here the word Malikim Muqtadir, with Malik the word Muqtadir coming, showing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is able to create whatever type of bounties He wanted to create for the believers. And the word Al-Malik, you can say that is greater than the word Malik. Malik is the king. Malik here showing an extra meaning. Here let me mention something else, that as far as the end of the believers is concerned, it is said fi maq'adi sidqin, that their staying would be the staying of the truth. That is actually the position of the believers throughout their lives. As the Prophet ﷺ, when he was coming out of Makkah and when he was entering into Makkah, the conquest of Makkah, these words were said, which are reported in Al-Quran. وَقُلْ رَبِّ أَدْخِلْنِي مُدْخَلَ صِدْقٍ وَأَخْرِجْنِي مُخْرَجَ صِدْقٍ وَاجْعَلْ لِي مِنْ لَدُنْكَ سُلْطَانًا نَصِيرًا. He said, "O Allah, let me enter an entering of truth, and let me coming out of truth. And O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give me an authority and a support from you, from your authority." And then a believer is always speaking the truth. He is given this title from Allah, وَالصَّادِقِينَ وَالصَّادِقَاتِ, men who speak the truth, the women who speak the truth. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. O believers, have fear of Allah and always be with those people who speak the truth. Who speak the truth. Be with them, not with the liars, not with the fabricators, with the people who speak the truth. And with this we come to the end of this session. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار. الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.